Hey traders, welcome back. This is coming to you a little late this week, but this is our week in review for all of the official trades that we took in our trading room last week, which would be the week of September the 19th, 2022. All right, let's go ahead and get into it here. There's a couple of interesting lessons, I think, to take out of this week's trading. And, Robert Kiyosaki used to always say that there are no bad investments, there are no bad trades if you learn from them. And that doesn't ever remove the salt from the wounds, I guess. It doesn't remove the lightness from your wallet if you have a losing trade. But I get his point that if you can learn from your mistakes and become a better trader from it, then it's just a tuition that we pay and it really can make us better. But we had a little bit of everything this week. We had some really amazing trades, some not good trades, and some so-so trades. So let's just take a look at the week as a whole and kind of make some comments, I guess, on some of these. So I was set last week to be on an airplane all of Tuesday. So we were going to have a very, very light trading day on Tuesday. And so because of that, we really, really loaded up our Monday with just a ton of trades. So we started right off the bat on Sunday evening with what we affectionately call our Theta Fairy trade. It's a trade that's designed to allow you to wake up in the morning and have $100 under your pillow. That's why we call it the Theta Fairy. I did 4 contracts. Usually you only do one, but I did 4. Had a lot of buying power available and brought in $420. Usually that would be just $100. But again, very nice start to the week. It's always nice to wake up as you're starting the week, already have a little bit of green in your pocket. Our SSO trade brought in about $15 of profit. We've had some tough go with this as of late as the market comes down. It's just there's not a lot we can do with that. We benefit when the market goes up. It hurts us a little bit when the market goes down. Our IWM credit strangle, put it on a Monday here, as we always do. And we got to the end of the week and we needed to roll it. So we've ended up rolling our IWM trade here to this week, the week that we are now currently in. Our PayPal credit strangle performed admirably, brought in a nice profit. You know, from February, you look at that and you're like, man, that's not that impressive, $31. From February until today, this is about the buying power that we average. It can sometimes be as much as $1,200, $1,300. Sometimes it can be as little as $850. But let's just ballpark it at about $1,000. We've brought in almost $1,100 from February of this year until now. We're easily on track to doubling our money on this trade over a year's period of time. And if you can double your money every year, you're doing pretty well. So it has been a very nice, steady Eddie trade for us. Our 2 4DTE trades, our Qs and our SPYs. It's interesting. You'll see when we get to Friday, we actually ended up having a loss on our 0DTE on Friday. It's kind of a rare occurrence. But yet our Qs and our SPYs were above average in terms of profit. We usually try to shoot for 10% a week, which obviously on both of these with $1,200 in buying power would be about $120. And we blew past those numbers, almost $400 of income this week off of those two combined. So we leg into these trades, we scale from one side to another, and our technical analyses was spot on this week. And so we just nailed those trades. Our gold ladder trade, we do a new gold trade and we add a new ladder to that every single week. That trade was a success. The one that came off, the one that expired, that one was successful for us, about $114 of profit. It's interesting. We call our IWM credit strangle trade the millionaire maker trade. If we're shooting for 1% a week there on the IWM strangle. And you think 1% a week, that's not very much. Well, 1% a week, almost 50% a year. If you put $12,000 in a strategy that performed that way, and over a 9-year period of time, that 12 grand would turn into $1 million just with 1% a week. So that's our IWM trade. Well, the gold trade, we have a little bit better IV here. We're able to look at generating potential profits of 1.5% a week. You say, well, what's the difference really between 1%, 1.5%? Instead of $1 million in 9 years, it's $10 million potentially if you were able to generate those returns. But the gold trade has been a fabulous addition to our trading room. It's been really, really good for us. We do a weekly ladder on oil as well. We put that on this week, but we haven't yet booked a profit on that. We on Monday here, we established a dragonfly on the Russell, put 4,000 in on it. Ended up this past week needing to roll it. We've rolled it to this week. That trade actually, as I'm speaking to you now, it's the 27th. It's Tuesday, the 27th of September. That trade actually expires tomorrow. So if it expires in the profit zone, should be an amazing trade. But obviously, that will be in next week's update. We do a spec trade every once in a while where we throw no more than $50 into a long call or put option. And as you can imagine, it's a speculation trade. That's all it is. So we only ever put profits in this. We've never ever lost any of our principal in these kinds of trades because we don't put any principal in. This one didn't work. $50 in, $50 loss. We also established an XLV leap covered right, put about $2,400 into that one, and that one has yet to. That's probably going to be about a 12-week trade. Going to try to cash flow that for 9 to 12 weeks. So we'll see over time how that goes. We do have a ZN trade. That's the 10-year Treasury note trade. Pretty small trade. Good position size there. But we rolled it out to next month's expiration. So it'll be basically a month before we know the result of that trade. Put on a euro-dollar trade. It's got about 23 or so days left in it as well. Not a lot of buying power into it, but very juicy return potential. So we'll see how that goes. Our SSO trade for the day on Monday, $79 loss, the new one that we put on. And then we established a new Theta Ferry trade on Monday, following up Sundays. And that one was a little light. Didn't quite get to the $100 profit, but still $90 in your under your pillow when you wake up in the morning. That's not too bad. So Monday, overall, with all of our trades, and it is a busy, busy day, $3,319 in our pocket net after everything was said and done. Tuesday, as I mentioned, I was on an airplane most of the day, so we didn't do any scalping. We did pull the SSO trade off. Pretty big loss percentage-wise for the SSO, $117 loss. And I was just able to squeak out a teeny bit of profit on the Theta Ferry trade before I needed to jump on the plane. All said and done, not a whole lot of activity on Tuesday. $80 net loss for the day. Wednesday, we were back at it. We had a 0 DTE that we started off very small and just couldn't ever really get any momentum going here. And it moved finally into a very small profit zone, and I took it. I took it. We called it good, and we reset to try to do it again later in the day. SSO trade delivered another loss for us. The 0 DTE, the second iteration for that day, threw a little bit more buying power at it. That one worked out perfect. So $800 profit there. We put a wheel trade on SFIX, which we haven't come to the fruition yet. Our Theta Ferry trade overnight, nice profit of $110. That one worked out great. And then our BYND credit strangle that we put on, that one will expire this week. It's just now as I am speaking to you on Tuesday. It is just now breaking into the profit zone. So should look pretty good for us come Friday. But anyway, all things being said, on Wednesday, little shy of our $1,000 a day profit. And, it's interesting. We don't really count. I don't look at the 12,000 of buying power that we tie up in the Theta Ferry trade really as buying power. I count it in our numbers here, but it's money that we wouldn't use otherwise. It's money that would have been sitting idle because we were asleep during the evening. And so it doesn't really, take $12,000 out of our account that we now can't use for some other purpose because we're sleeping anyway. And if someone were to say, hey, if you had 12,000 of capital, we have a really good shot of putting $500 a week in your pocket. 12,000 capital, almost $2,000 a month of income potential on this trade. 12,000 capital, 24,000 a year of income potential. I think most people get excited about that. This wasn't a great day excitement-wise for us in the trading room. A lot of people were like, geez, I didn't really hit my $1,000 a day income goal. You know what? I think that's a good problem to have. When you can make $800 in a day and people are kind of like, I'm kind of depressed. That means we're probably doing something right and we've set the bar pretty high. Thursday, SSO, once again, small loss coming in here as the market has been coming down and down and down. We're almost 6 days now into a down market trend. Our zeroed ETE for the day was pretty solid. We didn't get the greatest capture rate, but we did book a solid profit, and that's the real key. We don't want to see our green turn to red. This trade started to slip away from us a little bit, so we just went ahead and exited it. 9,000 in, 500 of profit out. We added another ladder to our oil trade, which obviously hasn't come to fruition yet. But the big thing for me on Thursday was scalping. I ramped up my buying power a little bit, was using 3 E-mini contracts for most of the day, and it was just a picture perfect day. I actually ended up, after everything was said and done on the day, up about $6,100. But I didn't include that after the cash session money because it wasn't a part of our official trading room. But I did end up with $5,400 profit. So solid day for us on Thursday, almost $6,000 of profit on the day. That was a good day for us. Friday, another loss on the SSO. We just can't get any momentum at the open, which is what we need in this trade. And then we did a zero DTE on the NDX. I'm going to come back to this one in a minute. We did a zero DTE on the NDX. I love the setups on this trade. This was basically an at-the-money credit spread that we then opened up the corridor on it. Not a lot of money at risk in the trade. Not a lot of profit potential, therefore, in the trade. But it was a nice trade in a market that was kind of sketchy on Friday, a little bit all over the place. And we were able to pull a decent ROI percentage-wise out of this trade. Not a lot of money, obviously, 36 bucks. Our zero DTE on the SPX, booked a loss. Booked a loss. We have not had a loss on a zero DTE in a really, really long time. But one of the things that we always talk about, we show our win-loss ratio. How many wins do we have versus how many losses do we have? And obviously, if you're an educated trader, one of your questions is, well, that's great, but on the losses that you have, how big are the losses? And we try to keep the losses on our losing zero DTE trades to somewhere between 2 and 3 times our credit. Which means that it should be easily recoupable. You should only need 1 to 3 trades to get that back. And sure enough, you'll see in next week's video, on yesterday's session, Monday, I brought in about $2,600 of income. So I didn't quite make it all up on Monday, but I came very close. And that's the real key. If it's going to take you 20 trades to 20 winning trades to get back your loss on a losing trade, it's probably not going to be a positive expectancy type strategy. But we try to keep it very low, usually below 3 times your credit received. And this was well within that range. I think we brought in close to almost $2,000 of income. So it was almost a 1 to 1.5 ratio. But nevertheless, almost a $3,000 loss on the day. I haven't had many of those, but we had one on Friday. Now, the overall result for the week, this is, I think, the key thing that I wanted to talk about. We've had some just absolutely blowout weeks, just some amazing, amazing weeks. And I think it's easy to say, well, sure, your numbers look incredible, they look impressive, because everything went picture perfect. No losses, right? 25 to 30. We've had many weeks, you guys that are watching these know, we've had many weeks of 25, 30 trades, not a single loser, right? Well, of course your numbers are going to look amazing then, but what happens when the inevitable happens, which is a loss? And guys, losses are inevitable. They will happen. It's just the way trading goes. If you have a diverse portfolio of 20, 25 different strategies, all spread around on non-correlated underlying issues, you can still have a great week, okay? And so again, if you look at our week day by day, we didn't really get much production out of Tuesday. We had a loss on our 0DTE on Friday. We still put $7,000 in our pocket. Yeah, I did deploy a lot of capital at one point there, but our average again for the week was only about $12,000 on a daily basis. So solid week for us once again. Could have been an amazing week. Could have been a $12,000 week had our 0DTE on Friday worked out. But them's the apples. Them's how it goes. So we do have obviously our DIA ladders, our gold ladders, our oil ladders, our euro trade, our 10-year note trade, our BYND trade that expires this week, our SFIX trade. Got a lot of trades still working that we haven't gotten to fruition yet. So that's where we're at overall for the week. Still, I think most people, if you're investing an average of about $12,000 and you could put $7,000 in your pocket, I think they would be pretty happy with that, pretty impressed with that. I would like to talk to other individuals that are in 0DTE trading rooms, trading things like standalone butterflies or things like that, and say, did you have a horrible week like us and still make $7,000? You got to have a diversified mix of products. Anyway, off my soapbox for a minute here. Let's talk about our trades and where we're at with them. So our 0DTEs, I think I'm going to start combining these with our Tuesday, Thursday sessions just to clean up the chart a little bit. But we've had 117 days of 0DTE opportunities. We've taken 179 trades. 173 have been winners. We added another loser to it this week. So 173 winners, 6 losers. In terms of our other trades, our 4DTE SPY and Q trades, 113 wins, 7 losses. We had a great week with those this week. Our IWM credit strangle, 37 total trades, the opportunities. We've done 40. We had a couple weeks where we could double dip. FOMC weeks usually is where we do that. We take it off, book a slight profit on Wednesday, put it right back on after Powell speaks. Of those 40 trades, 39 have been winners. None have been losers, but we do have one open that we rolled from this past week. We've rolled this week's IWM into this week. So we'll see how that pans out tomorrow. Got that set up for tomorrow's expiration. Pairs trades, we did finally this week book a profit on one of those, but for this week we still had them working. So we still have 3 open working, but every single solitary one that we've ever done has been a winner. So they've been fun trades. They've been good trades. Bear market trades, 70 total. That's over about 3.5 years, and 67 have been winners. So pretty solid there. We did add another positive Vega trade using the DIA, Dow Jones Industrial Average. All of those have been winners so far. Some of them are still working, but they are in the profit zone. This is what I think I'm going to start combining here, just combine all of our 0DTE results into one sort of consolidated list. But on the Tuesday, Thursday sessions where we try to focus more on the butterflies, 37 total trades, 36 winners. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Scalping, we didn't scalp on Tuesday. Thursday, I had that big day of $5,400 in profits. Dragonflies. We did add a dragonfly trade on the Russell this week, and that one is still open. That one is still working. So we'll see this week we'll see actually tomorrow where we land on that. We'll look at our SSO results on a quarterly basis. Our overnight trades, we're now up to 25 of these trades that we have taken. 24 have been winners. It's just been fantastic. It is just it is the buzz trade, the excitement trade of the trading room right now. Everybody's very excited to go to sleep and see if they can wake up with $100 under their pillow. The gold trade, we're up to 5 trades total. Every one of them has been a winner. Same with the oil trade. We do have a trade right now in the oil category that is expiring in the next day or two. And so we'll see how that one goes. But it looks okay right now as well. And then the AST program. So again, not to confuse you guys, I'm doing this from September 19th trading week. But we're now here on September 27th. The market has had 6 consecutive ugly days. And the market now is down about 22% on the year. And we're up 16%. We are just absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. That's our investing program. So total combined 0DT results, 216 trades, 209 winners, 7 losers, 97% win rate. Kind of irks me a little bit. These last 2 losers that we had, it took me down from, I was getting very close to a 99% win rate, 98.6 or something like that. So I guess we'll have to live with 97% success rate. Average drawdown's about 2.8 times our credit. So just phenomenal. The AST model, man, I don't know what to say, guys. Here's what the market's been doing. Here's what our account's been doing. It has been almost flawless as an investment goes. Just absolutely impressive. We are again up about 16% year to date with the market down 24%, 53% outperformance. Our alpha has fallen actually a little bit. Thursday and Friday of this week, kind of interesting, we fell percentage-wise about the same that the market did. That's very, very rare. In a lot of instances, you'll see the market down 1% in a day, and we're up 1%. But usually, that may be a little rarer, but usually if the market's down 1%, maybe we're down 0.3%. And we just had a couple of days where we weren't able to get away from the risk of the market. And so our alpha, our ability to outperform the market based on risk, it dropped just a little bit. We're still almost 50% better. So it looks really, really good. The one thing that I will say for those of you that have not or are not members of our trading programs is that we do have it. There's no reason not to try it. We have an absolute no risk guarantee. There is a free trial that you can jump in and take a look at what we do. Spend an entire week with us, ask questions, have a one-on-one consultation with me. No cost to do that. So if you're interested in that, that's a link that I'll give you here. We have a 200% no risk guarantee money back promise that if you do sign up for your first month, you get to the end of the month and you do everything that we ask in the trading room and you don't think it was absolutely the most amazing trading room you've ever been a part of, I'll give you 200% back, 2 times your money back. So no real reason to not be a part of it. Who is a good candidate for our live trading room? Number 1, experienced traders. If you don't know how to trade, if you don't know how to roll a trade, if you don't know how to work your trading platform, if you don't know how to keep track of your profit and losses in your history tab, this might be a little advanced for you, okay? We're looking for serious traders. Traders that know how to put a strategy together, but maybe they need a system. Maybe they need a business plan. Maybe they need a one-on-one mentor. Maybe they want to move away from things like butterflies or iron condors and get to higher level strategies that professionals use. And maybe they want to just move beyond zero DTEs. Maybe they're in a trading room like number 2 says, where all they do is zero DTE strategies. That's no way to build a book of business as a trader. There is no one individual strategy that makes sense to just say, hey, this is all I'm going to focus on. So if you're an experienced trader, but you're looking to take your game to a higher level, this is a good fit for you. If you're already in a trading room and they're just not giving you what should be required, which is trading in a real account with real money, showing you in real time the results, good, bad, or indifferent, time stamping those, recording those, and archiving those so that you can look at every single trade. You would think it would be easy to go to somebody that is charging you money for a trading room and say, show me your track record. But it is like pulling people's hair out to try to get any type of actual documented results. All of our trades are recorded. Our Zoom sessions are recorded. You have unlimited playback ability there. You can watch, stop, pause, rewind. We cannot physically be more transparent with our trades than we are. You'll never question what our results are. You get a free one-on-one strategy session with me. You and I can sit down in a Zoom session, talk about where you're at as a trader, unlimited contact with me. We have market commentary every morning where I lay out all my support resistance levels. We trade level to level. All of our trades are based on levels. We don't care what the market is doing. We have no interest whether the market is crashing or going up. None of that matters. We trade levels. And so I'll lay out my support resistance levels where I have them on a chart so that you know what I'm looking at as the day progresses. We have 22 different trading strategies beyond the zero DTE. Again, if you're paying money for a trading room and all they're giving you is one strategy, you're kind of getting ripped off. Okay, dynamic versus static zero DTE trades. So, again, on our zero DTE, 216 trades taken, 209 of those were winners. That's amazing. But probably half of those 209 winners this year are because we trade dynamically. And we had a trade that wasn't working and we were able to fix it rather than just take a stop loss, which is a static trade. So we trade dynamically, probably not something that you're used to or have seen before. We trade zero DTE setups with at least $1,000 a day profit potential. I told you the day that we made $800 and some odd dollars, people were upset. Hey, where's my $1,000 a day? There's no guarantees, but that's what the profit potential will be with our trades. So again, if you're trading zero DTEs with butterflies or something that, you would jump up and down for joy if you made $1,000 in a day versus just kind of going, well, yeah, that's to be expected. Maybe you could up your game a little bit. And of course, the 200% guarantee. So no reason to try it. Third one that I just added here is maybe you want an exclusive invite to our semi-annual masterminds that we're going to do in person come next year. The first one's going to be in Cabo San Lucas in May of 2023. And then the next one will be in Barcelona, Spain in October. These are limited to 50 traders per event. And it's going to be 5 nights and 4 days. We're going to be trading live as a group for 2 full days with the intention of bringing in enough profits so that the whole entire event is paid for. We don't have any money out of pocket. And no guarantees, of course, but that's the goal. And we're going to show you strategies there that I absolutely promise you've never seen. I spent the bulk of my career on Wall Street. These are strategies that I was not familiar with as an options specialist at my brokerage firm. So those are exciting opportunities. They are for, of course, only members of our program. So that's who would be a good candidate for our live trading room. Our AST program, asymmetric trading system, that's for investors, not traders. This is not a trading room. It's very passive in nature. It takes 5 minutes a day. We have 2 to 10 portfolio adjustments each day. It takes you 5 minutes to do it. You set it, you forget it, you walk away from your computer. You don't look at it again that day. If you are concerned with risk, if you would like to say, hey, I'd like the return performance potential of the stock market, but I don't like the risk. Well, here's a system that has generated above average returns at below average risk. And then last but not least, someone who is just a bottom line person. Someone who's just says, hey, last year you doubled the market returns at 70% less risk. This year you're outperforming the market almost by as much. We are making money week after week after week as the market continues to lose money. So if you are interested in something that is documented like that, might be a good fit for you as well. I will drop a link in the description box below if you're interested in a trial for either of these programs. Check them out. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you're trading. Let me know what's working for you. Let me know if there's anything that I can help you with at all. I hope you're doing well as a trader out there. I know it's tough right now for a lot of people. Man, it's been good for us. So again, another solid week in the books. We will see you guys next week.